So you're breastfeeding and it's almost time to go back to work and you're thinking about how is this going to work for me? The first thing you need to do is make sure that you have a quality expression device. For some women, this can be as simple as hand expression, but most people prefer to have a double pump. Electric pump. Luckily, through the Affordable Care Act, everyone is provided with one of those now. You can talk to your OBGYN if you need a prescription for one. The second thing you want to do is talk to your employer. Michigan law is on your side. You are allowed to have a time during the day to pump, normal break times. They don't have to be paid, but they are required to provide you with a place to pump that is not a bathroom. So coming up with a plan with your employer of how that's going to look in your employment space is a really good idea before you go back to work. Third step. You want to start pumping before you go back to work. I recommend that people start probably at least 3-4 weeks before they go back. If you can get one feeding a day stashed in the freezer, then you're that far ahead when it's time to go back to work. You'll have several weeks of milk in the freezer ready to go for your baby, and then pumping while you're separated from your baby will just be cream on the top. You may wonder how to store your milk at work. It'd be a really good idea to have a little cooler with some ice packs in it. This will keep your milk safe while you're at work. Some people do have employee refrigerators that they're allowed to use, but not everyone feels comfortable with keeping their milk in a group setting like that. So a cooler will work just fine during the time you're there, as long as you make sure that the ice packs are frozen when you put the milk inside, and then as soon as you get home. You either want to put it in the refrigerator if you're going to use it right away, or into the freezer if it's going to be longer. Another thing you want to make sure of is that your baby will take the bottle. So for most families, that means introducing a bottle when the baby's about 3 or 4 weeks old. You probably want to let your partner or some other family member feed the baby that bottle. Babies don't always like to take it from their mothers when they know there's breast available. But if you start when they're 3 or 4 weeks old, just letting them have one bottle a day, that can really ease the transition when you do go back to work. Of course, during that time that you give the baby the bottle, you want to be pumping, so you're not shorting your milk supply. Another thing you may want to think about is the kind of clothing you're wearing to work. Obviously, if you have a long dress on, you're going to have to get completely undressed to pump your breasts. So just a little helpful hint of something you should think about. A lot of women don't know that you should really be pumping as frequently as your baby would nurse at home. So that can be difficult to work into your work day because of course your baby will eat every 2 to 3 hours. Really work hard not to space it more than 3 or 4 hours apart at work. If your breasts feel full, you've probably gone too far. You're telling your body you don't need that much milk. So as difficult as it may be, really do your best to try to pump before you feel full.